10 years ago, Bruce Wayne traveled to a remote monastery in the Himalayas, seeking training from the legendary Shihan Matsuda, a Zen Buddhist monk warrior and master of mind control. When he arrived, a woman at the door claimed Matsuda was merely a myth and closed it on him. But Bruce, determined, waited on the steps for days until Shihan Matsuda himself opened the door and accepted him as a student. Within 6 months, Bruce was learning the katana, improving with it day by day. Each Tuesday, he took the swords to the village for sharpening. There, the swordsmith's daughter Mio became intrigued by Bruce's somber demeanor and the darkness in his eyes, and Bruce also began to feel some affection toward her. Later that night, Bruce confided to Matsuda that, despite all his travels, he had never felt at home until he came to Matsuda's monastery. He confessed he now saw Shihan Matsuda as a father figure, and Matsuda's wife as a mother. However, Matsuda dismissed such attachments, telling Bruce that emotions like love make one weak, and only by embracing his darkness could he truly protect others. One evening, Matsuda's wife visited Bruce and warned him that shunning emotion was the wrong approach. True meditation, she explained, involves observing one's emotions without judgment to avoid being overwhelmed by them. Her words lingered with Bruce, though Matsuda continued to urge him to let go of all attachments. One day during Tomo meditation, where the goal is to raise body temperature in extreme cold through sheer willpower, Bruce's concentration faltered as he thought of Mio. Matsuda noticed this and scolded him, reminding him that love was a weakness he could not afford. Then, one Tuesday, Mio slipped Bruce a note inviting him to meet her in the botanical gardens. That night, Bruce lay in bed, holding a watch his father had given him and remembering his parents. When Matsuda found out, he insisted that grief and affection were weaknesses Bruce needed to overcome. He even suggested that the death of Bruce's parents was, in a way, beneficial as it freed him to achieve greatness. The next day, in the gardens, Bruce and Mio enjoyed a brief moment of happiness together. But Bruce realized that, to succeed, he had to let go of his affection, so he broke up with Mio. Soon after, he felt he had finally succeeded in letting go of his attachments, gaining Matsuda's approval. That evening, Matsuda's wife warned Bruce once more, explaining that Shihan's rigid detachment had left him isolated, turning his home into a mausoleum. She urged Bruce to choose love if he had the chance, as it could lead to a more fulfilling life. Moved by her words, Bruce realized his feelings for Mio and rushed to her window to apologize for that day, but they couldn't speak much, as it could wake her father, but she promised to come to the monastery that night if he left a window open for her. However, that night, a hooded swordsman snuck into the monastery through that same window with intent to kill Shihan Matsuda. The old master somehow managed to call out to Bruce as he was being stabbed through the chest. Bruce fought back the attacker, sending the masked figure through a window. He tore off the hood, revealing that the one who had stabbed Shihan was, in fact, Mio, who now had mortal wounds due to the shards of glass embedded in her back. When Bruce asked her why she had done this, she responded that everything had been planned. She had been paid to seduce him, to distract him and gain access to the monastery, revealing that the relationships among them all were fake. Bruce then saw that the mastermind was Matsuda's wife, who attacked him with a knife. But before she could strike, Shihan, though gravely injured, managed to stab her, and before dying, she admitted that she had planned it all to gain her husband's fortune and to escape the prison his home had become. As they all lay dying, Matsuda told Bruce that this was what closeness bring you, imparting his final lesson to Bruce.